Helium 10 has launched new tools to help Amazon sellers expand to TikTok Shop and leverage the Amazon Influencer Program. In this video, you will learn how to use Helium 10's TikTok Shop profitability calculator, listing converter tool, and influencer research features to grow your e-commerce business beyond Amazon. If you want to try Helium 10 for yourself, check out the link in the video description and don't forget to use discount code ORANGE10 to get 10% off your monthly Helium 10 plans.
Hello Shivali, welcome back to the Orange League YouTube channel to talk about a few very interesting tools Helium 10 has recently launched regarding TikTok Shop. So you're going to show us a profitability calculator for TikTok Shop as well as listing converter tool. And I know we're going to also talk about Amazon influencers because X-Ray is having a feature just for that. As always, let's first start with your introduction. And for those who are not familiar with Helium 10 yet, could you also briefly explain how do you help Amazon sellers on a daily basis?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me back on, Lisette. It's always a pleasure to be on the Orange Click channel. My name is Shivali. If you don't know me, I am a senior brand evangelist at Helium 10, which is a software suite of tools that you can use for your Amazon selling journey. But it's not just limited to Amazon, as you might have gathered from what Lisette just said. And we have tools for the Walmart seller, TikTok Shop seller, as well as Amazon influencers. Now, TikTok Shop, we're sort of still diving into. And that means that while we have some tools for the Amazon seller to transition over, we are still growing that list. And today I'm really excited to talk to you guys about those tools that we already do have so you can really make the most of what we offer. And I'm an Amazon seller as well, so I get where you might be in your shoes and how you might want to expand. I use these tools myself, so know that you are in the right place, regardless of whether you're just getting started or you're looking to scale and exit someday. With that, I believe we can jump in, right, Lisette?
Yeah, let's go straight into it. I just wanted to say a comment that I think that's one of the main things that Amazon sellers actually like about Helium 10 is how you kind of evolve together with the sellers. It's not just Amazon anymore. There are many important topics besides that Amazon sellers should at least pay attention to. If not yet, they're, for example, expanding to TikTok Shop, it's still good to have the base information. And if it's made so easy to gather some data, for example, with Helium 10 features, then why not to use it to your advantage, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think it's, especially with new news, it's good to keep up with the ecosystem, make sure all your eggs are in one basket, and that's where these tools really come into play. All right, so I'm currently on Amazon. I've gone ahead and typed in coffin shelf. This is one of the tools that at Helium 10 we actually have launched and managed. And so I'm going to go in and just open up a listing. Let's say for your niche, you've gone in and you've opened up your listing, you're considering maybe beginning to get listed on TikTok Shop. Well, how do you really know what your profit margins might look like? Because of course you're in this business for money, making sure you're going to make some profits. And that is why you will want to open up our Chrome extension. Hopefully you already have it installed. And if you do not, you can go to helium10.com/extension. Again, that's helium10.com/extension. And when you open up the extension itself, you'll notice that there's about 6 different tabs here that you can click into. Not all of these will be highlighted. It just really depends on what page you're on inside of Amazon. If you are an Amazon search results page, let's say I just typed in coffin shelf and I was on the page right before this one, then I would see only the first 3 tabs selected. But since I'm on a listing page, you'll notice that I have access to all of them. And in doing so, I'll go down and I'll select profitability calculator. Anytime that you are probably trying to figure out whether you'd be able to create a certain amount of revenue for a product for FBA, you might have gone into profitability calculator up until now and put in some numbers, tried to guesstimate what your net would be. And now you can toggle into TikTok Shop and you'll have a different set of filters to go through. So let's say that we are interested in selling this coffin shelf on TikTok Shop. I want to sell it maybe for $30. I know that this is my width, my length, my height, my weight. Then I can go down and input in my manufacturing cost, maybe that this is only $5. I know that my freight cost is a little bit more expensive. And then you have this area that we don't have if you are in the FBA or FBM tabs. You have affiliate commission. If you are listed on TikTok Shop already, then you know that a lot of the marketing strategy on that platform has to do with affiliates. You have the option to do targeted collaborations, open collaborations, and as you go through and let's say you send out a free sample to those influencers will go and promote your product for a commission rate that you can set. You do not have to set the same commission rate for every single influencer. That is up to you. Sometimes I go in for my products and I'll group it out by niches. And then even then, you might open up an influencer and say, hey, I really want to work with this influencer. I'm actually going to sweeten the pot by making that commission a little bit better or higher than what the average rate might be. That is why you have this affiliate commission rate section where you guesstimate what sort of commission deal do you really want to offer to your influencers once you are listed on the platform. You can go in and put in a referral fee if that's something. This is the fee that's charged by TikTok Shop, taken as a percentage of the product's sale price. And this is split into different sorts of items if this is relevant to you. Going down, you have your fulfillment cost. So FBT, fulfilled by TikTok. This means that you are having TikTok actually send out that product to your customers. But let's say you're actually still doing fulfillment through Amazon. That's okay. This means that your product, all your product is at Amazon's facilities. And then you are simply, anytime that somebody places an order on TikTok Shop, you're going in and creating an MCF order, either manually or through one of the third-party apps on Shopify if you have a Shopify site. This is where you would input that information in. So for me, for example, I use MCF. And so this is where I would go in and play around with the numbers based off what is most relevant. I'll also put in self-ship if I'm shipping out of my garage, let's say. So this is really up to you. You want to obviously personalize this to your niche, your experience, where you're going to be shipping from. Only you can guesstimate these things. But I do recommend that you play around with the numbers, especially because if you guys have ever seen one of my videos where I talk about profitability, especially when it comes down to Amazon, you know that 1 inch can make all the difference. If we were looking at this exact same product and we went in, we said 9 by 9 by, let's say, 8, and you have $7 profits, all of a sudden I change 8 to 9, and now I only have $2 profits. That's just 1 inch. And that sort of thing has to do with size tiers, sure. But then on TikTok Shop, that might vary based off your fulfillment type or how much commission you're offering. You don't have the same Amazon FBA fees that you have when you use Amazon's platform. All things to keep in mind, and a really great way for you to figure out whether or not you even want to get listed on TikTok Shop. Now that brings me to, let's say, what happens if you do want to get listed on TikTok Shop. Great question. Do you have to manually convert all your SKUs, especially if you're one of those companies that have thousands of SKUs? You're a seller who has so many things going on. You're like, do I have to do all this work manually? The answer, no. Simple answer is no. You do not have to. Thankfully, we have the listing converter for TikTok. You can find that underneath our tools section where you go in for listing optimization. And when you select this is what you will see. All of your products will be listed here. Now we are inside of the Project X account, and quite a few of these have already been converted over, but you can go in and however many that you want to convert. Let's say I just want to convert these 2. I can then, based off the plan type I have, so I have 5 out of 20 that I've already converted, I can click bulk convert and it'll give me this option right here. You have selected 2 items in bulk. It may take a while, please wait. And this is the TikTok Shop you'll migrate to. Mine is obviously already populated in. For you guys, if you don't have your TikTok Shop connected yet, essentially what you will want to do is, first of all, take a look at the profitability calculator. Then, if you know you want to get listed, I would go ahead and begin creating a TikTok Shop account. Then you would go over to the drop-down menu, click Connections, and it will walk you through exactly what it is that you want to do. It'll give you the option to add a shop. And so then you'll just follow the instructions that are provided to you. Then it'll populate and you'll click bulk convert. Simple enough. When you click bulk convert, what it will do is it will take you into TikTok Shop and get all those either published or drafted. So sometimes if you don't see them underneath publish, you'll just want to go into your drafts or pending section and take a look, make sure everything is there as you desire. Sometimes you'll want to switch out, hey, you know what? I don't want to use all these images that I have on Amazon. Maybe I want to switch these out for something different. Maybe you want to use a lifestyle image instead or anything like that. Maybe your A+ content image is what you want to leverage first on that listing. It's really up to you, but at least you'll be able to not have to manually go in and individually decide, oh, I gotta move this title over. Do I want to figure out this A+ content? At least all that stuff gets transitioned, and then you can just play around with it inside of TikTok Shop itself. So really, really cool. If you have a lot of products and you know you only want to do a certain kind, you can always filter down. You know, we're a big fan of filters here at Helium 10. And so you can go in and just quickly find whatever it is that you're looking for. That is the 2 newest TikTok features that I wanted to chat through. As it says right here, you also have the review conversion status if you've already gone ahead and tried to do the bulk convert. It'll show you what's exactly happened. So right here it says draft saved. Notes, you can view the draft as well if you'd like to open it up. And like I said, that's the full rundown. Let's talk briefly about Amazon influencer tools that we have. I'm going to close out of this and we will go into the extension and click the drop-down menu. So at the very top right corner, you see that it says seller. I will want to then navigate over to the influencer section. And as you can see, the usual things you might see as an Amazon seller will now be a little bit different. You'll be able to see things like how many videos are in the top carousel, the bottom carousel. So as you guys can see, once I toggle down from seller into influencer, you would have very different metrics than what you might be accustomed to seeing as a seller. And this is where you can see how many videos are showing up in the top carousel and the bottom carousel. What do I mean by that? Hopefully you know that this right here is the top carousel. When you click this, you have these videos. Some will be loaded in by the seller, you, or somebody else. Or let's say you are an influencer looking to figure out whether or not you want to create videos for this product. You can check this out. These bottom 2 are the ones that are influencer based. The bottom carousel is down here where it says videos for this product. Some of these are mixed in with the customer videos as well. And other times you'll see it says products for this particular videos for this particular product. And you'll have one video that's a lot bigger with this side video panel that we just saw for the top carousel. Other things we have access to include on-site and off-site commission. I've been obviously chatting my butt off about Amazon influencer. You might be wondering, well, Shivali, I have no idea what you're talking about because you've been talking about Amazon selling. I do FBA. What is the Amazon influencer program? Well, maybe I should start there, huh? I agree with you. That is going to be a program that you can use to earn some money using things that maybe already lie around your house. This means that you can go in and take a video of a product that you already have. Let's say that I have these lights that I currently have on. And I think, you know what? This is sold on Amazon, or at least a similar product. I can take a video of this and upload it to my storefront, which then might give me the opportunity to get listed for that product listing. And that is when it will appear for those top and bottom carousels I just showed you. If, let's say, it gets listed on the product listing page, I would be able to earn 2% commission anytime somebody watches my video and then makes a purchase. Or let's say there's multiple videos for influencers. If somebody watches my video and then somebody else's video and then they make the purchase, then the other influencer, the one that they watched last, that video is the one that gets the on-site commission. The off-site commission means you are driving traffic. This means you probably already have an audience, say a YouTube following, or you have an influencer following on Instagram. Whatever the case may be, you have promoted a product somewhere other than Amazon and been able to drive traffic with a URL that you generated for that given product. And so then you would make the commission for the off-site, which is a little bit higher because Amazon loves off-site people, right? You are bringing them business, which is what they love. You also have the bestsellers rank and then the revenue. Why might this be helpful? Well, if you are an influencer taking a look at this, let's say that I'm trying to discern whether or not I want to create videos for this product. Well, I want to make sure that people are going to watch my videos, right? And then they make a purchase. And if I'm seeing that there's only 2 influencer videos out of the 10 open positions, this might mean that I can go in and take advantage of whatever 30-day revenue I have. Let's say instead of 1,000, maybe this was 50,000. Does that look like a product that you might want to actually create a video for? Probably, right? And these videos don't have to be long. Some of them are really, really simple. In fact, I have my own storefront, and so when I go in and I, let's say, create a video for these products, it gives me the option of creating a storefront. It's not even an option really, you just get the storefront and this is what it looks like. Let's just go into, you see how it says earns commission? This is going to be a storefront where you have the option for a profile photo, what sort of tier status they're on, what their About Me section is. A lot of times people will go into niches when they're trying to do the influencer program. Then you can create idea lists. You can go into his video section. As you can see, he uploads pretty consistently, and these have captions. But I've also seen a video, for example, I bought an electric blanket not too long ago. Best purchase of my life, by the way, on Amazon. And when I went in and took a look at the videos for it, there was literally a lady on there. She just opened she had the blanket open and she just panned the texture of the blanket. That was it. That was the whole video. Now, does she make commission on that? She might be, because it was listed on the product listing page. And at the same time, you have more complex videos. So a lot of the stuff I do is maybe a voiceover. I'll pre-plan which products I want to do, and then quickly use ChatGPT, say, hey, this is how I felt about the product, this is the stuff, have it generate a script. I can just read it out via voiceover, and then go in and create some product shots and put them together using something like CapCut or iMovie. Pretty simple. And all of this becomes more worthy or possible to earn commission because you've now gone in and taken a look at the metrics right here. Always open up the graph as well, you guys, to take a look at how that product is doing over time, because sometimes you'll see that the product is so new, and that might be a great thing, right? Because it's a new seller who's probably trying to make sure that they're getting sales. Or you might see that it's an up and down drop and fall, in which case you might say, hey, actually, I'd rather start somewhere else. It's really up to you. So that is going to be your influencers tab, where you can go inside of a product listing and check that out. Now, there's a few things to add to this. You still have access to X-ray and review insights. The reason for this is you might end up seeing that there are certain things people are curious about in the reviews, certain questions that they had beforehand that they wish they were addressed, things that they hate, things that they love. You can use this information inside of your videos, as well as X-ray, where now instead of seeing all of the standard information you see as an FBA seller, you're going to see the information that we were looking at on the listing page, which includes the influencer videos alongside the parent level sales, the price point, the score. This score is going to be a dynamic weighted score capped at 100. And as it says right here, it's designed to help you quickly assess a product's potential for influencer content. I sometimes will sort this. So we do have not just on browser tools, but inside of Blackbox, we have a brand new tool, which is right inside of this drop down. If I navigate from seller to influencer, I'll also be able to find new products. All this time that I've been talking about influencer stuff, I've told you you can earn money by taking videos of things that already exist in your house. And no, you don't have to buy them on Amazon itself as long as the product exists on the Amazon's ecosystem. But what happens when you are a proper influencer like that guy that we just took a look at his storefront for? He might have run out of products at some point, right? And so maybe he wants to go in and after he's maybe checked out his neighbor's house, of course, with consent, his family's house, all that stuff, then you can go into a tool like Blackbox where you're saying, hey, you know what? I'm actually looking for a sauna. This happened to me not too long ago because I've been interested in purchasing a sauna. What I did is I went into influencers and then I typed in sauna, right? And we can quickly find that there's a whole category for that. Now what I'll want to do is say, hey, actually, I want an opportunity score a minimum of 50 to maybe like 85. And that's just random numbers that I put in, but this is showing me that, hey, you know what? There's some opportunity for me to go in and actually generate some revenue. Maybe I would want to see influencer videos are capped out no more than 4 on that listing. Or maybe I want to see even less than that. Are there any listings that have max of 3? And then maybe I want to see my parent level revenue. You know what? I want to find ones that have really great revenue. So a minimum of 70,000 revenue per month. If I click search, you'll notice that I have 70 items. So of these saunas, I know I already want to buy a sauna. But all of a sudden, now I have these that have opportunity for me to actually earn some money back after I've purchased this item. And this isn't just one of those items that you can say, hey, you know what? I pay $5. I'll just pay it, right? Sauna's like proper money. It's 1,500 or more. minimum. And going in, now I all of a sudden have the opportunity to earn some of it back if I'm going into one of these listings. And so when I went in, this was the listing item that I've been looking to buy. All right. Now, the only reason I haven't bought this yet is because my dad and I have been in a conversation about should we buy it on Amazon, which I definitely think the winning answer is yes, because I just explained why to you, right? So this is really, really cool, guys. I think that if you're gonna buy a new item, why wouldn't you want to purchase something that will give you the option to earn some commission back? And you can go into orders as well. And the influencer, I obviously can't cover everything in this video, so I do recommend that you go in and you play around with it. But we even have this thing now that's a purchase history scanner if you're underneath the influencer section of the Chrome extension, which tells you how many of your orders have your videos and not your videos. I actually have 2 separate accounts for this, so I make all my influencer content on a separate Amazon account, meaning this won't show up for my videos. It says none of these have it, but actually I've gone in and already built some videos for these products I've purchased here. It will show you how many of your videos are showing up at the top or the bottom carousel, or neither or all of them, as well as the total number of orders. And when you go down, all that information is dissected further down. So this is just for your products. This is going to be for the listing itself. All right. I hope you go and you check this out. There's a lot of great stuff that you can do, regardless of whether you are an FBA seller who is looking to branch out and expand your business by going multi-channel, going to a different platform. You can take use of our listing converter, our profitability calculator for TikTok Shop. And alternatively, if you're just looking to make more money on Amazon, you can consider the Amazon Influencers program and leverage our tools that we now have to make sure you're not only getting some money back in your pocket from the products you already have laying around, but also the new ones that you want to purchase going ahead.
Well, thank you so much for covering all these 3 great new tools you have launched for Amazon sellers and also other people out there. I think to kind of end it with this influencer program, I just tried to follow along. It was so interesting because like all of the data you can see and what you can do, and just like my mind was like thinking like, hey, where is it like all going? What do you think? Would you predict now that by launching these tools or feature for influencers or let's say Amazon sellers also to start posting content like this? Would you predict that there will be more user-made videos on Amazon as well as off Amazon? Because I just mentioned there's also off-site commission earning. So would that be helpful for brands to kind of create this overall awareness, not by them posting content, but actually having other people posting that?
I think there's a real market there, even as an intersection of influencers and sellers, especially because I'm now diving into becoming an Amazon influencer on the side. I am running a case study of my own, just an hour a day. I don't spend more than that. I spend 1 hour every single day creating some content, uploading, editing, whatever I get done in the hour is it. And even then, I've been able to upload upwards of 30 videos on 3 different marketplaces. So you have Amazon UK, Canada, and the US that all has the influencer program as of this moment that I know about. And so going in and being able to create videos, it's cool in that much time. And now I'm kind of thinking, okay, well, like at some point when I run out of products, I would want to make sure that I'm continuing to upload videos, in which case I become very interested in the seller's journey, right? Because now I know that there's sellers out there who want more reviews, who want the proof, the social proof from other people. And so I think there will be eventually a cross section that happens, especially since Helium 10 is going in and creating tools for both sides of that journey, that at some point the sellers would also be interested in reaching out to the influencers. We're already seeing a major move of that on TikTok Shop. And a lot of these platforms, even if you look at them from a broader lens, right? You have LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all of them now have Reels, Facebook. There is a certain merge that's happening of the content. So I wouldn't at all be surprised that all these things have some beautiful way of connecting and leading to even more value for consumerism.
And also to take notice of what Amazon is doing, because as we saw from your screen sharing as well, for example, videos, how prominent they are now, also below the A+ content, right? Because that's not always been the case that all of these influencer videos or uploaded videos are visible. And I think now it kind of gives you an option to very quickly go through different videos. And yeah, it's just like a very, very interesting space and information. So definitely would eager others to check it out more.
Yeah,
And then
definitely.
coming back to, yeah, and I wanted to come back to the beginning of the video as well about TikTok Shop. So, obviously you know quite a lot about it, and you talk with others about it as well. So I wanted to ask, could you highlight maybe a few insights about TikTok Shop or its algorithm or how it works? So let's say if I do the profitability calculations and everything, it seems to be like a thing to test it out. I get my listings converted. I have my products up and running. What would be most important things to know? For example, if my own background is just selling on Amazon and I don't know much about it yet.
I think if you sell on Amazon, a lot of the journey crosses over, right? You already have a great product. You already know how to sell. You know that you need to do the marketing side of things, and that is really where the money is to be made. That's why even during this video, I mentioned open and target collaborations, because any TikTok shop seller that I know that has had immense success on the platform leverages both of those options. When you are inside of your TikTok shop account, you'll notice on the left-hand paneling, once you've gone into the affiliate dashboard, that there is an option for you to find creators. Going into find creators, what you can actually do is divvy this down based off certain metrics that you have in mind. For example, maybe you're looking for creators who are in a specific niche. Maybe you're looking for the ones that are only in the bags and travel category, or you're looking specifically for the beauty and personal care creators. You can select those things. Plus, you can go in and say, hey, I actually want to see that their volume has been a certain number, or that they've been able to sell X amount of revenue in the last however much time, in the last 30 days, usually. And so when you go in and you're finding these creators, then you have the option to specifically go in and target them. Inside of target collaborations, I always do this based off niche, as I mentioned before. This means that you say, hey, actually, my products, these are the set audience types that would really resonate well with my products. Meaning now I can create a message for specifically stay-at-home moms or fitness influencers. And then every time I find a creator inside of the Find Creators section, I'll go in and just add it to that invite list that already has a very personalized note for that audience type. And so it's really, really cool because if you work smart, you'll be able to get a lot of invites out. And then those invites, those influencers who hopefully go in and create some organic content for you that has the probability or potential rather to go viral, then that sort of stuff is going to move a lot of product for you. I remember I was talking to this fantastic, brilliant person, human being known as Elizabeth, and she kills it on TikTok Shop. And what she always said is you want to go in and however much you want to, however much product you want to sell, you want to maybe give away about a tenth of that to influencers and they'll go in and create product. And that will hopefully bear over really, really well for you. Of course, this is also dependent on price point, what you're selling, and all that jazz. But really, split testing on any platform is important. So hopefully you can find one that works for you.
So thank you again. And to wrap up with today's interview, I wanted to ask, could you highlight what's the best way to learn more about Helium 10 and also sign up for the tools you have for sellers?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll provide a link and that will be down in the description below. So make sure you guys check it out.
Perfect. And also, if you're watching this video and you have any questions about these three features Shivali just demonstrated for us, then also be sure to leave your questions as comments under the video, because then we can ask Shivali to come back to the video and answer your questions as well. So thanks a lot, and I hope to see you soon again.
Thank you. Likewise.
I hope this video will help you to find and use the right keywords for your Amazon listings and help you to understand how you can expand beyond Amazon to TikTok Shop and other platforms using influencers. And if you want to try tools Helium 10 is offering, check out the link in the video description below and use the discount code ORANGE10 to get 10% off your monthly subscription. And if you enjoy the content we create, don't forget to hit like and subscribe buttons. And if you have additional doubts, questions, or comments, leave them in the comment section below. And now I recommend you to watch another video where you will hear more tips about selling on TikTok. So check this out.